Welcome to this basketball broadcast brought to you by WHOU and WFKT by Bowers Funeral Home, the County Federal Credit Union, TNT, Northern Maine Community College, Scoville Building Supply, FAP Body, United Insurance, J. McLaughlin Construction, Daigle Oil Company, Priority Auto Sales, Rick Hannigan Plumbing, Cushman & Sons, KVHC, County Ag and Turf, Holton Tire and Steelstone, Maine Equipment, Griffith Ford, Napa and Coastal Auto Parts, Pat's Pizza, Madigan Home Healthcare, Pioneer Times, Pioneer Broadband, Thompson and Hamill, Aroostook Limousines, Huber Engineered Woods, Jeans Electronics, County Physical Therapy, Katahdin Trust Company, White Smiles, Maine Baseball Academy, S.W. Collins, Nortrax, Herring Brothers. Now let's go down to the floor.
It's going to be Madawaska boys and the Hodgdon boys getting ready for this one, a Class C boys game. And we are in the J. McLaughlin Construction pregame show. As we look ahead to this game here, Madawaska comes in with a record of 6-7. They are currently the number 15 ranked team. Their last game was a 64-46 loss to the Fort Fairfield Tigers back on Thursday. But Erica, one thing we talked about here in the first game, for those folks that are just joining us here, game number 2, maybe just getting done work, history is going to be made in this game. This is the first time that we know of, and we checked this with some of the folks who keep these stats, and they confirmed that it's true. Out of the entire 18 people that have ever played basketball, or 18 people have scored 2,000 points in state of Maine history, of all those people that have played basketball, this will be the first time that 2 2,000-point scorers will be going head-to-head on the sidelines, and that's in Coach Matt Rosignol and Matt Oliver.
Yeah, I see both of them over there talking now on the sidelines. I'm sure there's lots of storytelling going on over there about back in the day. And both of them scored 2,000 points before the three-pointer was even in play.
Right.
Both great shooters. I've heard lots of stories about both of them playing, and I think we've seen the Rosignol children growing up playing, and of course Matt's daughter Paris was a 2,000-point scorer as well. And
of course, and there's so many similarities for Matt Oliver.
Yep.
Of course, his son Walker is out here playing today, and he's a pretty good scorer already for a freshman. He's got 2 younger kids, both Wyatt and Anna, and they're both pretty good players as well.
Yes.
So
yep.
Both of them have kind of instilled the love of the game into their children. Of course, Matt Rosignol, he scored 2,057 total points. Matt Oliver hit it right on the nose with 2,000, but between the two of them, 4,257 points. That's a pile of points.
Sure is.
That's 257 more than what I scored. No, not you. What'd you end up with? 800, 900?
Yeah.
In high school.
At least 1,200 more than me, that's for
1,000 points scored in college.
Of course,
I'll toot your horn since you won't.
This history isn't as important as the history that's being made having me on this broadcast.
Yeah,
right?
Of course. Well, we should be publicizing that just as much. Of course, let's look ahead. These two teams, Matt Rosignol's club, again, 6-7. They've got a player in Robbie Lozier who can really kind of light it up.
Yeah, it sounds like he can kind of get hot in pretty fast. He had 39 versus Washburn earlier this month. Looks like he can shoot the ball, and he can get really hot in a hurry.
Yeah, you're going to look to see Madawaska feed the ball pretty heavily into Lozier. If you're watching online, Robbie will be wearing number 30. He's a junior, and again, they're going to feature him quite heavily here in the offense. But a couple other players, Riley Morneau, Ian Bollier, Michael Hebert, they all help with the scoring. Morneau has had a lot of games in double figures for Coach Rosignol's club, so they're not just a one-horse show here. They're nearly 500, and they're fighting for a playoff spot. They're just one spot out. This is an important game for them.
Right. Yeah, they're going to want to come out of this one with a win, take over that playoff spot in the standings there.
And, of course, for Hodgdon, too, again, they've got 3 wins on this season, but right now they're sitting in last place in Class C. They could really use a big win against a team that's worse than some Heel points. They're coming off an 87-44 loss to Fort Kent on Friday, but, they've got the players that can get it done.
Yeah, Josh Foster is their primary scorer. He can shoot from the outside, but he's also a strong presence in the paint. Walker Oliver, he's a freshman this year, coach's son. He's had a great freshman season, and he likes to shoot the threes and really open up the court for Hodgdon. Tristan Jackman, he's a pretty versatile player. Troy Hipsley will also handle the ball some. Colin Caron is a decent rebounder. They seem to have all the pieces. Hodgdon does. They just haven't really been able to put it together yet this year. But when it does start coming together, it seems like they could be picking up some wins.
Well, we'll see if that day is today where they start to really kind of put things all together. There's 1:40 left here on the Coastal Auto Parts scoreboard. Again, Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer. They're owned and operated by a main family that cares. They have stores in Caribou, Presque Isle, Holton, and East Mill and Knockett. Why don't we go ahead and send it back to the station for one more break, a short one. This will be a 30-second break, and when we come back, we're going to have the rest of the Jay McLaughlin Construction pregame show. We'll also bring you the starting lineups brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union back in 30 seconds on WHOU.
Get a jump on your future by exploring your possibilities at Northern Maine Community College. The team of faculty and staff at NMCC will position you for a lifetime of success. With over 35 degree and certificate programs, including our newest offerings in water treatment technology, you will be amazed at how quickly your new skills will open a world of opportunity. Visit us online today at nmcc.edu. Northern Maine Community College. Succeed here.
Well, welcome back here to the Hawk's Nest, getting ready for Madawaska Hodgdon boys. Tim Tweedy, Erica Tweedy, as well as Lori Susi on the camera, Daniel Ross back running the board, Marco Almonte on production, our whole crew helping make this one possible. Both teams have taken over to the sidelines. In just moments, we're going to bring you the starting lineups brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union. They're a community-based financial institution with nearly 20,000 members. They have branches conveniently located in Caribou, Presque Isle, Fort Fairfield, Holton, and a soon-to-be-open location in Mars Hill. The County Federal Credit Union has the coverage to meet all of your financial needs. You can visit one of their local branches to see why membership makes a difference. Once again, over on the mic, it's Mr. Brian Fitzpatrick. He's going to bring you those starting lineups brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union. We'll take it over to Mr. Fitzpatrick.
Will be tomorrow night when our boys will host Fort Fairfield. Game times are at 5:30 and 7. The officials for this evening's contest are Mr. DeMerchant, Mr. Boone, and Mr. Murchison. And now the starting lineup first for the visiting Madawaska Owls. A senior number 10, Michael Hugo. A senior number 12, Riley Morneau. A freshman number 13, Carson Sear. Freshman number 20, Ian Bollier. And a junior number 30, Robbie Losey. And now the starting lineup for your Hodgdon Hawks. A sophomore number 11, Joy Dixon. A senior number 14, Josh Foster. A senior number 15, Seth Kaplan. A sophomore number 23, Colin Caron. And a freshman number 32, Walker Oliver. The Owls are coached by Mr. Matt Rosendal. The Hawks are coached by Mr. Matt Oliver. And his assistant by Mr.
All right, so you heard it from Mr. Fitzpatrick. They did the anthem prior to the first contest, the girls' game, so we're about ready to get this one underway. Madawaska is going to come out in their traveling royal blues. Hodgdon wearing their home whites. Again, the officials for this one, Mr. Boone, Mr. DeMerchant, and Mr. Murchison. Starting lineups brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union is going to be Hebert, Morneau, Sear, Bollier, and Loge for Madawaska. On the other side for Hodgdon, be Hipsley, Foster, Tapley, Karen, and Oliver. Standing in the center circle, ready to jump it up, will be Josh Foster. And for Madawaska, it's going to be Riley Morneau in the center circle. Mr. DeMerchant has the basketball. He's getting ready to do the toss. It's going to be up and controlled by Hodgdon. Here's Oliver. He'll start the offense on the left side as he works it around Foster. Foster shoots a three, and no good. Rebound's going to be hauled in by the Owls' Ian Bollier.
Both teams appear to be matched up man-to-man defense right now.
For the Owls, Hebert is going to go inside. Finds Carson Sear, bounce pass along the baseline. Morneau, off-balance shot, no good. Karen, though, grabs the board here for the Hawks. Oliver.
Nice look.
It's found Tapley in underneath all by himself. It's 2-0 Hodgdon.
Great pass.
But seconds later, it's going to be Tapley committing the game's first foul as he reached in. Madawaska will get the ball out right in front of their bench, and the ball is going to be tipped by Josh Foster. In the ball comes Robbie Lozier.
Full court pressure here by the Hodgdon boys.
Madawaska is able to break that pressure, though. In the left corner, here's Hebert. Works the ball around. Shot's going to be fired up from downtown. No good. Carson Sear couldn't get it to drop. Madawaska, though, has the offensive board. With it, Sear. Out to Lozier. Three-point attempt. It's going to be up and in. That's going to be Riley Morneau getting Madawaska on the board. It's 3-2 Owls. 6:35 now remaining here in the opening quarter. Oliver.
Ooh, in and out.
Just won't fall. Rebound going to be taken away here by Madawaska. In the corner. Bollier, bounce pass. Short corner. Found Morneau, now back out top. Carson Sear, a drive from Morneau. Shot no good. Morneau grabs his own board, though. Get in the lane. A little runner is going to be up and in. Carson Sear, the freshman. It's 5-2 now. Owls. Hipsley decides to launch up a three. No good. Karen with the board. Tapley, short jumper. His 8-footer won't go. Rebound down to Lozier. Lozier, as he looks to push, and he's going to be fouled. A hand check violation. Josh Foster picks up the second foul here for Hodgdon. Erica, what's a couple of the keys to the game here for each of the teams?
Well, Hodgdon's going to want to try to contain the Lozier boy. He can, like we said, he can get pretty hot really quick. And they're going to want to really limit their turnovers, take care of the ball. Madawaska is probably going to want to try to stay at their pace and keep the pace in their control, because Hodgdon will want to push, and the Madawaska is going to have to control the pace a little bit. And we've seen that already. Hodgdon's really putting on that full court pressure and looking to get up and down the floor a little bit. So
there's going to be a steal as Foster takes it, lays it up and in. It's a back to a one-point game, a one-man fast break for Josh Foster. Madawaska looking to break pressure, and you can see Hodgdon sped him up. That's what you were just talking about.
Yep. Looking to speed up that pace, and just a little bit too much on that pass. Maybe a little bit too quick to get rid of the ball.
So 5:10 remaining in the first quarter. Hodgdon has a chance to take their first lead.
Madawaska seems to have dropped back into a bit of a zone defense.
Shots can be put up. Karen can't get it to go. Rebound's going to be fought for. Tapley with the offensive look. I shouldn't say first lead. I believe they scored the first two.
Yeah, they did.
As a team control foul is going to take place. Hodgdon with a moving screen.
Okay.
Didn't catch which players. It was off the ball.
I'm not sure. I didn't see that one either.
I almost think they signaled it in on Foster. No, that was 15, so that's Tapley. That's the fourth team foul against Hodgdon, but they're going to come up with a steal.
That is 2 on Tapley as well.
Here's Oliver, goes between his legs. They're going to try to force him left. You see the big overplay by Lozier. Hipsley's going to launch one up from downtown. He's going to leave it short. Rebound hauled in by Ian Boyer. Lozier goes between his legs a couple times. Fancy dribbling. Swings it across the court. Three-point attempt. Going to be put up and buried. That's Ian Boyer, a freshman. That's going to make it 8-4. So far, Madawaska's doubled up Hodgdon. A low pass to Tapley. He's able to handle it. Left side corner, Karen. Cross-court pass as he skips it.
Good patience by Hodgdon.
Oliver's going to take it himself, put it up. Just won't fall. Rebound taken down. This is going to be Carson Sears. He looks to push. Three-point attempt up. That one off the mark and in the putback. Hebert trying to put it right straight back up, and he's going to be fouled on the putback.
Nice offensive rebound by Hebert. Madawaska's looking to push the ball, too, up the court, it seems.
It's going to be the 5th team foul against Hodgdon, so something to bear watching here with 3:50 remaining in the first quarter. Stand to reason that we could see Madawaska shoot a bunch of free throws.
Yep.
Three-point attempt all day.
Another
Boyer just
offensive
couldn't knock it
rebound for
down.
Hebert.
And the ball's going to be touched last out of bounds off Josh Foster. Madawaska will have it once again. They lead 8-4. The ball going to be stolen away. It's Hipsley. Hipsley's going to look to push. The speedster goes up to the left side. He's going to have his pass stolen away, though. It's Lozier. Lozier got a one-on-one. Goes in the lane. Tried a little Euro step. Couldn't get it to go. Jackman tried to save it. He stepped along the baseline. So now that you're a veteran, you've already got one game broadcasting under your belt, you're going to find that this is going to be a fast-paced game.
It is a little faster than the girls' game, huh? Taking a minute here to get used to it.
Roderick Miner into the game, a junior here for Madawaska, sporting number 3 if you're watching online. He's our first substitute of the game. As Boyer went between his legs, kicks it out top. So far, Hodgson's done a nice job of controlling Lozier.
Looks like
Madawaska's got the 4-point lead, but not because Lozier's gone off.
Yeah, it actually looks like Hodgdon may be in a box and 1 on Lozier.
Probably not a bad idea as Oliver, he launches up a 3, no good. Pass, it's going to be tipped in the rebounding action. Karen, and eventually it's going to be Josh Foster who comes up with the basketball. Josh kicks it outside. Karen tries to go baseline. Oliver thought about it again. They're trying to force him left. A drive for Hipsley. Hipsley shot off the mark. Oliver, again, another three-pointer. And finally was able to knock one down. The Hawks are back to within 1. Long baseball pass up the court. And that's going to result in a turnover.
Yeah, it was a good look. A little bit too much on the pass, but...
Hodgdon will give it right back. Both teams playing at a breakneck pace. 2:16 remaining here in the first quarter.
Both teams seem to want to push the ball up and down the floor. Hodgdon's back in that full court press, but Madawaska just beat it pretty easily, missed the layup.
Karen did a nice job getting back. Otherwise, Lozier would have ended the easy 2. Lozier has had 2 looks at it, 3 looks at it, still can't get it. And finally, shortest guy on the court, Hipsley, is able to come up with the basketball.
Madawaska's working hard on those offensive boards.
Here's Oliver. Goes behind his back. Finds Jackman. Jackman kicks it out. Foster's going to try a 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound, tip. Karen did a nice job keeping it alive. Hipsley tracks it down. Hipsley's 3, no good. Jackman on the boards.
Good rebound.
Can't get the putback to go, but a foul will occur, and this is going to go against Madawaska, their first of the game.
2 good offensive rebounds there by Jackman. He's fighting hard underneath there.
Foul is going to be called on number 20. That's Ian Boyer checking into the game for Hodgdon.
That's the first team foul on Madawaska.
I believe that's going to be Josh Kaler, not wearing his normal uniform number out there. We'll double check with Larry that that's correct. I'm 99% sure that's him. We don't have a number 20 in the program. Somebody may have forgotten their uniform on this holiday. Yeah. Either way, for Madawaska, it's Lozier. No room for him to maneuver. In the corner goes Hebert. Shot's going to be put up, no
Oh,
good,
good
as
tip.
Miner couldn't get it to go, but you're right. The putback up and in, make it 10-7 Owls with 1:03 left here in the first quarter.
Those are the first 2 points for Lozier.
And how about Oliver burying one from the outside? Good looking stroke for the freshman. Ties it up at 10. Goes Miner, stolen away by Hipsley, stolen right back by Miner. Bollier. Still working around. Back to Bollier. He's got room to move on the baseline. He's going to take it and lay it up and in. Larry sitting in front of us wanted a foul. It's 12-10 now. The Owls with a 2-point advantage. Hodgdon with the ball. 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
We talked quite a bit about Lozier getting hot, but I think Walker Oliver has the same ability here as we've seen him with 2 threes this quarter.
Down to 6 seconds now. Oliver with the ball in his hands. Working against Lozier. Hipsley's going to let it fly.
Ooh,
Off the back of the rim, no good. The Madawaska Owls are going to take a 2-point lead into the second quarter. The score 12-10. Don't go far. We'll be back in 1 minute here on WHOU.
Hello, this is Tony Bowers at Bowers Funeral, and we want to wish good luck to all area basketball teams, boys and girls, as you strive for the gold ball at the end of the season. We are proud to be a part of your communities and our family serving your family since 1900. Good luck, play hard, and above all, be good sportsmen.
Out here, builders choose Advantech products to provide a durable base that helps prevent bouncing and warping. So in here, you can enjoy the beauty of luxurious finished floors without worrying about pops, squeaks, or creaks. Because out here, and in here, there's no better sound than the peace and quiet that comes from Advantech products, the flat-out best for a quiet, stiff floor.
Back and live here on WHOU. Getting ready for second quarter action. Madawaska is going to have a lead in the basketball here to start the second quarter. Of course, now that we get a look at his face, we realize number 20 is Damian Sanders. We're on the other end of the court. Not wearing his normal uniform number today. Shot's going to be put up from the corner. Bollier couldn't get it to go. Offensive board by Miner, and Bollier is going to be fouled on his way to the hoop. That is going to be the 6th team foul for Hodgdon. And we're just barely underway here in the second quarter.
Is that one on Hipsley?
It is, and it's going to be his second. At the free throw line, we're going to have Ian Bollier. He makes the first, and that gives us time to give you the injury report brought to you by County Physical Therapy. Whether you want to get back to sports, back to work, or simply back to living your life, County Physical Therapy can help. With 5 locations in Aroostook County and a new location in Bangor, you can visit countypt.com to learn how CPT can help you. And after a pair of made free throws, we are happy to say that, again, everyone is healthy in this one. One player actually, Chandler Harfigson from Madawaska, unable to make the trip, though, because he was sick. But everyone who's here, should say, is healthy. It's 14-10. Hodgdon trailing by 4. Josh Foster would like to get a little closer. Nice rip-through move. Took it to his left. Gets his team back within 2.
Good strong take to the basket, Foster.
Just like that, though, Madawaska gets out on the other end. An acrobatic shot up and in somehow. Not sure if Hebert even saw the rim, but he still gets it to fall.
I think maybe he was looking for a foul there, but no foul, but he got the bucket.
16-12 now. Hipsley tries a 3, lines it up, leaves it short. Jackman, though, with the board. And, of course, I think Coach Oliver maybe wanted a foul. Jackman certainly did. Not going to get the call. There's a call, though, as Sanders is going to pick up the foul for the Hawks. And it's going to be a 1-on-1. It's going to be bonus. So,
could play a factor here as we look at a pretty close game right now. Madawaska's going to be going to the line on every foul now.
Only one team foul on Madawaska. So, Roderick Miner going to the free throw line.
And we see Josh Kaler
Yep, in for the first time.
for Hodgdon.
Miner's able to make the first free throw. Makes it 17-12. His second free throw is up. And that's no good. Rebound's going to be taken away by Sanders. Foster gets the ball over midcourt. Working against Miner, has the ball knocked away. Foster catches it, but really no room to go, and he just throws it off of defenders. That was Carson Sear. Wrong place.
Yeah.
Cut that ball off his face.
Yeah. Not sure that's where Foster intended to hit him, but
He seems to have shaken it off. Sanders wants to line up a three. No good. Rebound taken away by Michael Hebert. Lozier. Long three. No good. Rebound's going to be taken away, though. The offensive board by Miner. Here's a contested two. Hits the support structure on the backside. As you see Sear try to say that he was hit.
I didn't see that one.
Coach Rossignol asking if it possibly could have been deflected. I think that shot just appeared to be off the mark. Oliver with it here for the Hawks. Works it over to Kaler. Down to Sanders. Sanders right side, steps into a three, and it's going to be blocked. Lozier right there to get a hand on it. Gallows looking to push. Bounce pass from Sear. Minor shot, just won't drop as it hung up. A rebound taken away by Sanders.
Hodgson's really doing a great job taking Lozier out of the game. They're all over him defensively.
Shot's going to be put up. Oliver's shot off balance. It's going to be off the mark. Lozier looks ahead, finds Miner. Back to Lozier. Just no daylight for him as he's going to force a shot. He's going to leave it short. Madawaska with the offensive board. And that will hit the support structure up above as Carson Sear's shot had the long carom. So he's going to go ahead and head to the bench. Back in Riley Morneau, the senior here for the Owls. 5:05 remaining in the first half. The score 17-12. Lots of action. Just not a lot of scoring here so far in the second quarter. And Foster is going to dribble it off his foot, resulting in a turnover here for Hodgdon.
Both teams seem to be a little bit off their game right now. After coming out into the second quarter, no one's really gotten in the groove yet.
Lozier works the ball around to Bowyer in the corner. Three-point attempt going to be put up, no good. Hebert couldn't get it to go. Rebound by Miner and nearly lost. And it is going to be Hodgdon basketball as Josh Kaler able to come in and knock it off a defender. Some of the youngsters here in the crowd trying to urge their team on. Josh Foster picks up his dribble, swings it across the court. Sanders does a nice job staying in bounds. Keep possession for his teams. Oliver has it. He'll back it out. Look to start the attack.
Hodgdon looks like they're really trying to spread the floor. They turned over the ball there.
Miscommunication, though, between a couple players as Jackman comes back into the game for Sanders. That turnover will give the ball back to Madawaska with 4:17 remaining here. Again, this game's kind of slowed down to a crawl here in the second quarter. Both teams struggling a little bit on the offensive end as Foster is going to be called for a blocking foul. That'll be a 1-on-1 coming up here as we'll see Lozier go to the line. Talked about it earlier, you mentioned he had 39 in a game against Washburn earlier this month, but Lozier, with 4:06 remaining here in the first half, is yet to score. And that'll remain the case as he misses the front end of the 1-on-1. So if you told Coach Rossignol the steal is made, Madawaska gets the ball back. If you had told him before the game Lozier would be held scoreless for the first quarter and a half and his team would be up 5, I bet he would have taken it. Would have been surprised, though.
Yeah, Hodgson's doing a great job defensively. Every time he gets the ball, there seems to be 2 people on him. Seems like they did their homework a little on this one.
Issue is it's leaving other players open, and it's leaving Madawaska with a lot of second chance opportunities as those 2 defenders haven't been in on the rebounding action, as Lozier typically stays outside of the arc. So Madawaska's rebounding 4 against 3.
Yeah, and some of the Madawaska shooters had some good shots. They had 2 threes in the first quarter. Some good jump shots in the first quarter. Just they haven't really been able to find it this quarter. But
Bourneau drug his pivot foot as he found Roderick Miner on a good find, but not before having drug his pivot foot. So that traveling violation will give the ball back over to Hodgdon. 3:15 now remaining in the first half. Oliver launches up a triple, no good. Rebound fought for. It's going to be controlled, and Kaler had it, and then Kaler lost it. But standing along the baseline as it was picked up by Riley Morneau of Madawaska, Hodgdon will get the ball back.
I actually think Lozier did have 2 points in the first quarter.
Shot's going to be blocked as Jackman tried a 3. It was contested. Madawaska has it. Miner out top. Lozier. I'm sorry, that was Bollier. Here's Miner. His little 8-footer goes. It's now 19-12. Madawaska.
Those are those shots that are going to be open when they're concentrating so much on Lozier, those little 8-foot jump shots.
Here's Colin Caron. Inside, they try to go. Pass is going to be deflected. It will stay with the Hawks. Ball comes in Hipsley, and he went to give the ball back to Caron, but he hadn't had a chance to get in bounds yet.
That end line seems to be getting him on both ends, really. A couple times. Both teams have stepped out of bounds.
It does give Hodgdon a chance, though, to put the pressure on, and it's going to result in a turnover for Madawaska as Kaler gives it up to Hipsley. Now to Oliver. Guarded by Miner. Going to receive the high screen from Jackman. Miner fights through it. Hipsley goes inside. Caron, power dribble, turnaround shot up and in.
Nice post move. Little turnaround jump shot to the middle of the paint.
Looking to push. Morneau. And a hard collision in the paint. And we'll see.
One on Tristan Jackman, it sounds like. Whoops.
I say he slid in late, so it is going to be a blocking foul. No, technical foul.
Oh.
I guess I missed what happened.
The
official was right there, and he was pretty certain of whatever it was, so I'm not going to question it. My eyes were away watching the ball.
I knew it was a pretty hard fall for both of them.
So we know the technical took place. We'll have to wait to see what the call was, though. Either way, going to the free throw line here for Madawaska is going to be Roderick Miner.
Not sure.
Miner. The first of the technicals was partway down before popping out. Miner's second is up. And he makes the second. And a timeout is going to be taken with 1:56 remaining here in the first half. The score, 20-14. We'll go ahead and take the timeout with them as soon as we... Well, no, actually, we're not going to take a timeout. We'll apologize to the station.
Whoops.
Coach Rosgendall had to clarify things. He said, I was saying side out. I thought I heard timeout as well, and
I
so did
did
all the
too.
officials. So we're going to keep playing.
Oh, okay.
It was a technical foul for flopping is what it was.
I was wondering if that was what it was, but I wasn't sure that that was a technical foul. But now we know, I guess.
We didn't hear anything. We were pretty close to the action. So there's, we appreciate Mr. DeMerchant clarifying things. So we're going to stay right back here as Madawaska's going to have the ball after the technical. They lead by 6, 20-14. Morneau outside. Shot's going to be put up off the mark as Hebert couldn't get it to go, but Miner has it. He's trying to walk a tightrope along the baseline. Kicks it out. Bollier. We've seen Lozier sitting for quite a while here for Madawaska.
Looks like Madawaska's trying to slow it down a little now. Showing good patience. They haven't been rushing their shot this possession.
Hebert had to be close to a 5 count. He got rid of the ball. Bollier. And here's Lozier.
Hodgdon still in that box and 1 on Lozier. Really not giving him any room.
Hebert picks up his dribble, needs some help. He's going to go inside. Turnaround shot. It's going to be up and in. As Robbie Lozier not able to get much from the outside, but he went into the post. He's able to back down his defender. His team's now up 22-14.
Had a little bit of a height advantage there. Madawaska was good to see that.
Good decision to try to find him as Oliver is going to put up a 3. It's going to be off the mark from the right corner. Offensive rebound by Hipsley. His off-balance putback no good, and Karen came up with a rebound, but it was stolen away. Madawaska's got 20 seconds with which to work. Lozier receives a high screen from Bowyer. We see Minor down to 10 seconds. Got to assume the ball's going to be in Lozier's hands where it is right now.
Yep.
He gets a screen, double screen.
Double screen.
Fadeaway 3 is going to be up.
Oh,
and
that's
a
a good
roller on
look.
the rim just would not drop. At halftime, score is going to be 22 for Madawaska, 14 for the Hodgdon Hawks. Don't go too far. Coming up here, we're going to have the Katahdin Trust Company halftime show. We'll be speaking to a couple members of the Holton Lady Shires as they're going to make their way over and kind of talk about what their season has going on here. So we're going to take a 2-minute break and bring it back for the Katahdin Trust Company halftime show in 2 minutes on WHOU.
From kitchen excellence to building damage, owning your own restaurant comes with a lot of liabilities.
Among drivers, vehicles, and business property, there's a lot of exposure.
If our equipment fails, we know United Insurance has us covered.
For us, finding the right words for marketing campaigns is simple. Finding the right insurance is not. That's why it's nice to know United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
The United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
Katahdin Valley Health Center, or KVHC, is a network of 6 community health centers dedicated to providing affordable, comprehensive, and high-quality care to people of all ages and incomes. We accept all patients and insurances, including those who are uninsured or on main care. Our committed patient care team is here for you, offering an extensive range of services to provide you with quality health care. We're creating healthy communities starting with you. Call or visit our website today.
This is Ben Adams from Priority Auto Sales. Listen, I know you've been seeing a lot of these orange plates around town lately, and trust me, I'm not just paying people to drive around in our vehicles all day. Every day we're selling cars, trucks, and SUVs. Why? It's simple. Discounted prices up front, great selection, and low pressure sales. We're simply not playing the games. We really are creating a new way to shop for a used vehicle. Check us out at yourpriorityauto.com and like us on Facebook. Priority Auto Sales, Route 1 in Holton.
County.me, your source for county-wide sports, including scores and highlights from the greater Holton, Presque Isle, and Caribou regions. We also are the source for all the latest daily news and community happenings for readers of the Holton Pioneer Times, the Star Herald, and the Aroostook Republican and News coverage area. Visit us now on the web at thecounty.me.
Welcome back here on WHOU. The score at the half, it's 22-14 Madawaska with an 8-point advantage over the Hodgdon Hawks. And I am pleased to be joined with the daughter of a former Hawk, one of the better ones to ever play out here, Sam Henderson's daughter, Mia. Mia, thanks for coming over and spending a couple minutes at the half.
Hi.
Appreciate it. As I don't know, you kind of came over here a little bit, maybe involuntarily. We were having to beg you to come over. As you just came out here to enjoy yourself, and we had to bug you, and put you on here. It's not a big crowd here today, Mia, so we didn't mean to bug you.
No, it's good. I came to watch one of my friends from Madawaska.
Yeah?
And then we just stayed for the boys' game.
Here you go.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good boys' game here so far.
Yeah, it's great.
So your team playing well so far. Last I checked, you guys were number 4. I'm not sure if that changed after your game the other day. Yeah. It's 4-5, but playing pretty well. You know, a team last year, you were a freshman, you played a big role, and you guys went 500 in the regular season, ended up losing in your prelim game, so didn't make it down to Bangor. But, you know, you guys move up a class, and instead you improve on the record in the standings. You got to be feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, it's been great moving up to Class B. I think we're doing a lot better as a team. We have basically the same team as we did last year.
You do.
Except we have a couple of great freshmen that came in, and I really like how we're playing right now.
What were some of those challenges a year ago? I mean, you had no upperclassmen. You had you had upperclassmen. You didn't have any seniors, though, right? I think, no seniors on the entire roster, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, it was a really young team. Me and Olivia came in as those freshmen, and I think we were doing pretty good. But it was kind of hard not having seniors. Like, we were looking forward to having Tessa, and then we didn't, and it was kind of disappointing at first. But then the juniors stepped it up, and it was kind of sad we lost the prelim game. But this year, I think we're gonna go places.
So, Mia, recently you guys have, and again, I think you've been playing some pretty decent basketball. You've had 3 games you lost in overtime. If you don't count those games, which they do count, but I think your record was going to be like 11-3, if I remember right. That's what we were talking about the other day. So, I mean, you guys are right there amongst the best teams in Class B. Would you agree that it's pretty wide open this year?
Yeah, for sure. Like, we've beat Old Town, and Old Town beat Presque Isle, who we've lost to every single time. So,
but in overtime this past week, right?
Exactly. And MDI,
yeah,
they're pretty good.
But Presque Isle beat Herman. And
Herman.
Herman's, I think, for a lot of the season, they've been the top seed in Class B, but Presque Isle proved that they could be beat as well.
And right now, Herman's open for anyone because of Grace Page.
They lost a player.
Yep.
Mia, talk about the game you guys have coming up this weekend. Don't give away the game plan, but it's a big game against Old Town. Just a couple of the more basic things you think you guys are going to have to do to get a result.
Okay, so they can shoot. They can drive. They can pretty much do it all. They have really good guards. So we just have to focus on our defense, really, and we really need to, like, run the offenses through. We haven't been doing that very good lately. But I think we can do it if we just come out with the same intensity we did the first time. I think we can do it.
And when I look at your schedule, if I'm not wrong, you guys, of course, you played this past Saturday. You've got a full week to prepare for that game for Old Town. Then I think you're off for another week before you play Orno. So essentially, that's 3 games in 2 weeks. You know, that's a good opportunity for you guys to be able to work on some of the things to maybe get you over that little hump.
Yeah, we have a lot of practices coming up. We have barely any games, so I think we have a lot of time to work on things.
Yeah, Mother Nature's cooperated. Sometimes the AD schedule in that way, knowing that later on in the season they may have to plug some games in those weeks. Didn't happen. The snow we've had have been on weekends or something like that, so it's kind of worked out well as far as that goes. So you've been here taking in this boys game, Mia. Why don't you put your coach's hat on here for just a second and tell me what you've seen so far, and are you guys leaving? Are you heading out?
Yes, I'm leaving now.
So there's no doubt you're going to turn us on the radio when you leave, right?
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. So tell me what you expect to hear then when you leave.
Okay, well, I think that personally the teams are taking really quick shots. They're not taking their time, but I think both teams are hustling a lot. They're doing really good.
They do.
I was surprised with Madawaska when they came out. I know Hodgdon's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. Fast-paced game.
Yeah, it was a lot quicker than the girls' game.
Yep, it sure was. Well, Mia, thank you for coming over and spending a couple minutes. Make sure you give heck to your friends and teammates over there, as you were the only one brave enough to come up here and talk to us. But we always appreciate it. You're never shy. Good luck to you and your team. Practice hard this week, and good luck against Old Town next Saturday.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, we're going to go ahead and take another break. This will be a 1.5-minute break, and when we come back, we will wrap up the rest of the Catan Trust Company halftime show. We'll have the scoring from the first half and get ready for the second half back in a 1.5 minutes on WHOU.
The road to planning your financial future can seem like an uphill battle, with countless goals and paths to choose from. The most suitable place to begin is with Thompson Hamel LLC for a free financial checkup. Thompson Hamel has many tools available to help you chart your course on your financial roadmap. Let them help guide you through all the phases of your life. To get to your destination, you have to start. Start today so you're better prepared for tomorrow. Thompson Hamel LLC. Your family, your future.
Pioneer Fiber to the Home is now available in Holton, Sherman, Stacyville, Callis, and Baileyville. Streaming live events in high definition like high school basketball is best viewed with the most stable and fastest connections. Pioneer Broadband delivers state-of-the-art fiber directly into your home to handle all of your most demanding internet needs. Don't get left behind with slower technology. Get the fiber you need. Pioneer Broadband.
Welcome back here on WHOU. As there's about a minute left here at halftime, getting ready for half number 2. The score 22-14, Madawaska with an 8-point advantage. Erica, why don't you go ahead and wrap up the first half scoring?
So for the Hodgdon Hawks, Josh Foster had 4, Seth Tapley had 2, Colin Caron with 2, and Walker Oliver had those 2 threes in the first quarter for their total of 6. Walker's total of 6, their team total of 14. So they had 10 in the first quarter, and then Madawaska held them to only 4 in the second quarter. Madawaska, Roderick Miner had 4, Michael Hebert with 2, Riley Morneau with 3, Carson Sear with 2, Ian Bollier with 7, and Robbie had 4 for their total of 22.
As coming out of the locker room, the shot's going to be put up very quickly. Hodgson's TJ Fitzpatrick, and he can't get it to go, and then a foul's going to occur on the other end. It looks like this is going to be a player control foul. No. And sorry, I had that wrong as I was looking down. Instead, that's going to be Fitzpatrick picking up the foul. So.
And Riley Morneau goes to the line.
What's 1 or 2 things you're looking for each team? Is this still anyone's game?
Yeah, I think Hodgdon's doing well defensively. I think maybe they need to find their niche offensively. Having 4 in that second quarter certainly didn't help their cause, but so they really need to find their groove here in the third quarter offensively. And Madawaska, I think they're going to these other players other than the I forgot.
Lozier?
Yes, Lozier. Thank you. Lozier. They're going to have to step up and continue to score some. But I think overall Madawaska's been playing a pretty good game here.
Oliver kicks it out. It's Fitzpatrick. Gives it back to Oliver. We saw Morneau go 1 or 2 from the free throw line on that first trip. Oliver left his feet. He was kind of bailed out as Morneau ends up coming across his arms. I saw Oliver leave his feet kind of without a plan. Sometimes young players will do that.
Yep. You tend to forget that Walker's only a freshman here.
The ball is going to be tipped, knocked out of bounds by Carson Sear. It'll remain a Hodgdon basketball. Just underway here in the second half. Tapley, Foster. Uses a couple ball fakes, got the shot he wanted, just could not get it to fall. Bollier with the defensive board. Looking to push again. Lozier double teamed immediately.
Yep.
A drive. Morneau loses it, and he's going to be down. And he's
looks like he's in pain.
He is. Playing 4-on-5. Fitzpatrick put up a shot, no good. Foster with the offensive look. He's going to make it in. We're going to have a timeout by the officials as, again, Morneau on the other end of the floor. And he's going to have to work his way over to the bench as we'll see Roderick Miner come in.
That basket did count, though, right?
It did. Makes it 23-16. So that will give a chance, though, for Hodgdon to set up some pressure. Ball's going to come in to Miner. He's going to take it himself. Finds Lozier. Cross-court pass. In the hands of Sear, and Sear's going to be fouled.
Kind of a similar situation that Walker Oliver had. He left his feet. Didn't, I don't think, have a plan. Got bailed out by the foul. That's a 3 on Seth Tapley.
Madawaska having a difficult time to get the ball in. They finally will do so, though, as Miner dumps the ball off. Short little shot up, no good. Miner's put back, no good. Ball's on the floor. It's going to be tied up. The arrow is going to keep the ball with Madawaska as we see Sanders check back in here for Hodgdon. Tapley will go out with those 3 fouls.
No, you definitely don't want to pick up your 4th foul here in the 3rd quarter.
Jackman with it, gives it up to Foster here for the Hawks. Tip from behind, Lozier doing a nice job, and then going to be steps taken by Carson Sear as to try to get the ball out front. He thought he had Minor, but a defender got his hand in the lane, and in the passing lane, and he just ended up taking steps. So the score is 23-16 as Foster dials up a long one, can't get it to go. Lozier with the board, he's going to look to push.
Nice pass.
He's going to find Minor doing a nice job running the floor as Lozier drew a crowd, as he so often does. It's back up to a 9-point advantage for the Owls.
Great job seeing the floor that time for Lozier.
Jackman at the free throw line. Some confusion as Fitzpatrick just didn't see the pass.
Rushing things a little bit.
Sear in the corner, finds Hebert. In they'll go in the post. Lozier, turnaround shot, no good. Jackman clears the board. And then he double dribbled.
Okay. Hodgdon needs to offensively sort of relax a little bit. They seem to be rushing things a little bit and just not really finding their offense.
Well, you got to find that fine line. I mean, playing at a quick pace and playing out of control, sometimes it's a very fine line between those two things.
Yep.
They do it well at some points, and other times they can be their own worst enemy with turnovers. As 2 looks at the hoop, Carson Sear followed his own shot, laid it up and in. First double-digit lead of the game. Madawaska's up 27-16. Here's Oliver, guarded by Minor. Going to put the ball on the floor, kicks it out. Fitzpatrick. Back to Oliver. He's got an open look. Can't get it to go from downtown. Rebound taken away by Minor. Foster did a nice job defensively, and a traveling violation is going to be called as Sanders caught the ball, and I don't think he was expecting it, nor should he have been. As
yeah, it's a little bit.
He went to the floor with the ball.
Helter-skelter there for a minute. Timeout by Hodgdon.
Coach Oliver wants to talk some things over with his team. 4:53 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We will take it as well and be right back here on WHOU.
County Ag and Turf Supply is at its new home on 7 Dow Siding Road in Caribou, offering the same great service. Randy and Jerry are working hard to supply the county with the best products. They offer Blue Seal Feed, Sentinel, Inspire, and Dynasty and Triple Crown for your equine, Home Fresh Extra Egg and Multi-Flock Pellets, and Crumples and Mealworm for your poultry, Entrust Pet Food for your cat or dog, Minerals for your beef and dairy. They have feed for all your livestock. County Ag and Turf Supply also has wood pellets, lubricants, and of course, Willow the Blue Seal Rabbit on the premises. Stop by County Ag and Turf Supply today.
Welcome back here on WHOU. They decided to go with a 60-second break, just as we were going to break, but Madawaska's made their way out of the huddle. Hodgdon's about ready to do so. The score, 27-16. Madawaska's pushed it up to double digits, Erica, with 4:53 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, probably a good timeout by Coach Matt Oliver. His team's really kind of out of sync here offensively, turning the ball over, not taking care of the ball, which we talked about is one of those keys at the beginning of the game. Here we see Lozier inside. Oh, offensive foul on Lozier.
I'm going to say he initiated the contact. That'll be 2 team fouls against the Owls here in the 2nd half for Lozier. Just his first personal.
Been waiting for a chance to pull out the hoop in the harm quote here.
You may get it coming up at some point. Foster's shot no good. Karen had the offensive rebound. His putback no good. And then Jackman in the rebounding action put a couple of hands in the back of a Madawaska player, so he'll be called for the foul. It's going to be his 2nd personal. Hodgdon again sets up pressure. It's going to be Foster with the steal, and probably a good foul as Carson Sear came over along with Michael Hebert. One of the two of them are guilty and probably prevented 2 points for Josh Foster.
Would have been a wide open layup probably without the foul.
It is once again time to give you the injury report brought to you by County Physical Therapy. Whether you want to get back to sports, back to work, or simply back to living your life, County Physical Therapy can help. They have 5 locations in Aroostook County and a new location in Bangor. Go to www.countypt.com to learn how CPT can help you. Of course, that's Coach Rosignol's brother Mark and his company opening up the new store down in Bangor. We see Josh Foster go 1 of 2 from the line. So again, probably a good defensive play by Sear and Hebert as saved a point.
Hodgdon is putting on a little zone full court pressure here.
Nearly came up with a steal and then traveling violation. Sear used both feet to pivot.
And that's really what you look for when you set up those zone presses. You look for them to rush and make turnovers. That's exactly what happened here. This could work offensively into Hodgdon's favor, maybe swing things back their way.
Morneau is going to come into the game here for Madawaska. Josh Foster working against Minor, doing a good defensive job. Karen launches up a bomb, no good from the outside. Jackman, offensive putback, throws up and in.
Jackman works hard under the basket. He's gotten a couple pretty key offensive rebounds for Hodgdon.
Back to an 8-point game. It's 27-19. Exactly midway through this third quarter. Shot's going to be up and in. It's going to be a 2. He's had a toe on the line. Riley Morneau. Back to a 10-point advantage for the Owls. Pull-up jumper. Foster can't get it to go. Rebound fought for. Several players on the floor. And it's going to be a jump ball. Coach Oliver tried to rescue his team with a timeout.
But again, Jackman's working hard in there. He got the little tip.
So Hodgdon did have the arrow. Ball's going to be tipped by Lozier. That'll go into the crowd. (29-19) is the score. Oliver collects the inbound pass from Foster. Inside they go to Jackman, immediately triple teamed. Working around. Sanders, up face. To Karen. Got it. No, I was going to say he got away with the travel, but he didn't. The whistle came. That's a good
one
call.
Extra step there.
Well, he kind of caught himself on the line. He's might as well take a half step back for the 3. And
go for 3, right?
But the official right there to get it. Inbound pass comes in. Boyer.
You see the full court press again by Hodgdon.
And again, it's going to be a tie-up, and it will be Madawaska this time at the arrow. One thing Madawaska's doing is trying to dribble through this press.
Yeah, you really need to pass through his own press. Hit that man in the middle if you can, right there, number 20.
Right there's where they need to try to reverse the balls and steal up and in for Oliver. Another steal as Karen came up with it. Hodgdon looking to get back into it. They trail by 8. Oliver in the lane. Off-balance shot is up and in. That'll get the crowd into it.
That's a pretty prime example right now. Their defense is creating their offense right now.
Lozier, open look from downtown. Probably his most open look of the game. Pushes it back up to 32-23.
Yeah, definitely the first real open 3 Lozier's seen for the game.
Foster changes directions, could not get the shot to fall. Rebound spot for Morneau has it. He's going to look to push. He's going to take it 1-on-2. He has the ball tipped away from behind. Now the ball's going to be loose. Shot's going to be put up and buried as Carson Sear makes a 3. Just when it looked like Hodgdon was making a push. It's 35-23 now. It's back to
some
top
blood
lead.
on Foster's leg. Looks like his knee.
Probably not a surprise given the pace that we've had here. It's been a lot of bodies hitting the floor.
Yep. Yeah, they've been working hard defensively, both teams. Madawaska shoots the ball pretty well. They just came up with those 2 big 3s back-to-back here. Just as soon as Hodgdon seemed to be getting back into it a little, those 3s kind of put a damper on things for sure.
We'll see how long it takes for Foster to come back out. Perhaps surprised they didn't use a timeout to see if he could get back in and out within a minute. Sanders dumped to pass off Tapley, couldn't get it to go. Tapley again, and a foul's going to be called. It'll be Riley Morneau as he came across the arm of Tapley. That's going to be the 4th team foul here on Madawaska in the second half.
Gotta like that scrappiness on the offensive boards.
Second personal foul for Riley Morneau at the line. Tapley cannot get the free throw to fall. Into the game here again for Madawaska is going to be Michael Hebert. Riley Morneau to the bench. Coach Rosignol not going very deep into that bench. He's played 6 players. here today, and he just tries to keep them rested. We talked about it. They got to turn around and play again tomorrow night at home against Wisdom.
Yeah. And then again, Hodgdon on Friday, right?
That's right.
A 3-game week at least. Here comes Foster back to the bench over there on the sidelines.
Yeah, there's going to be a blocking foul on the other end. Good news is he mustn't have had anything on his uniform, or if he did, it was on the shorts because he's still wearing the same
number.
Yeah. So Foster will go up to the scores table. He's going to have to wait, though, as Lozier is going to go to the free throw line, and the other piece that happened was Tapley just picked up his 4th personal foul.
Yeah, definitely not something you want to see there for Tapley.
Lozier made the first free throw. Makes it 36-23. Minute 47 remaining in the third quarter. Lozier calmly makes a pair. 14-point lead is the largest of the game here for the Owls. It's 37-23. Near turnover as Foster had to sky to come away with that high pass across the court, and as he was looking to drive, a reaching foul occurred.
Yeah, good strong take to the basket by Foster that time. Right off the bench and in.
It'll be Michael Hebert picking up his first foul. That's now 5 on Madawaska. As Foster, normally a pretty good free throw shooter, he struggled from the line a little bit here so far today. He's 1 of 5 so far, make it 1 of 6. The rebound's going to be brought down by Carson Sear. Carson on the left side picks up his dribble. Gets the ball over to Minor. High post they go. Bollier had kicked it out. Approaching a minute left to go here in the third quarter. Bollier looks for the back cut. Nice play as Minor lays it up and in.
A little high-low cut going on there for Madawaska against that box and one.
Good set play results in an easy hoop. It's 39-23. Karen, contested shot. Sear had a hand in his face, couldn't get it to go. Hebert fights for the board. It's going to be a tie-up. Hodgdon has the arrow. Sanders slaps the ball, gets it in. Oliver. Walker with it. Foster had the room, decided to take the 3. No good. The ball's loose. Picked up by Tristan Jackman. Now he's going to turn it over. Lozier has it. Lozier, let's see if it looks like he might go 1-on-4. He will. He's going to have it swatted, and then Foster keeps it in. What an athletic play.
Yeah, nice block by Josh Foster that time.
Probably not the best decision by Lozier.
No, I think pushed that one a little bit too much.
And on the other end, instead of getting 2 points and having possession, Walker Oliver converts 2, so that's an exchange of 4 points.
Yep, back within 14.
10 seconds on the clock here. Madawaska, let's see if they decide to hold for the last shot. Down to 5 seconds. In the hands of Lozier, down to 3 seconds. He receives a screen, comes over the top of it, lets the bomb fly, cannot get it to go. So Madawaska is going to take a 14-point lead into the 4th and final quarter. The score, 39-25. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back for 4th quarter action here on WHOU.
The S.W. Collins Company is the only Makita Pro Center in Maine, which means we have access to all the latest tools that Makita has to offer. Our factory-trained employees are ready to make sure that you have the right tool for any project. With over 180 tools, Makita has the largest cordless offering with a single battery platform in the industry. And don't forget, we are also a Makita authorized service dealer. For sales, service, and the largest selection of quality Makita tools, go where the builders go, the S.W. Collins Company.
Aroostook Limousines and Ace Rent-A-Car get you there in style. Aroostook Limousines has 8 and 12 passenger limousines and a 20 passenger party bus for evenings out, proms, weddings, birthdays, concerts, whatever the celebration. Travel anywhere in state. And Ace Rent-A-Car specializes in insurance rentals and has locations in Presque Isle, Holton, and Patton at Savage Paint and Body. Ace offers everything from compact cars to vans. Ace Rent-A-Car. We do it right and we make it easy. Reach both businesses at 768-7368.
Welcome back here on WHOU. Tim Tweedy, Erica Tweedy, bringing you this one. Getting ready for 4th quarter action. Madawaska is going to start with the basketball here. They've got a 14-point lead over Hodgdon, the score 39-25. It's the second of two games. The earlier game saw the Hodgdon Hawks pull out a 62-18 victory over the Madawaska Lady Owls. The Owls are trying to earn a split. Speaking of a split in the defense, Lozier, though, just couldn't get the easy shot to go. Rebound taken away by Karen.
Madawaska was able to score 17 points in the third quarter.
Kind of an offensive explosion by this game's standards.
Yep.
Sanders around. Foster. Step around a defender. Good job by Heber standing his ground, and Foster unable to convert. Back they go the other way. Lozier distributes. Finds Bollier. Back to Minor. Sear. Everybody touching it for Madawaska on this possession. Lozier.
Like Hodgdon switched to man-to-man. They played box and one most of the game so far on Lozier.
Looks like Jackman's drawn the assignment.
Yep.
Shot's going to be put up. No good, as that was Sear launching the left-handed shot. Back to go the other way. Nice feed from Karen to Sanders. Results in an easy two. It's 39-27.
Sanders' first two points of the game, but coming at a pretty crucial time for Hodgdon here.
Bollier's got a look. Lines up the three from the right corner, won't go. Here's Oliver. Walker working against Minor. Like to try to get it down within single digits here. In the go in the post, Sanders. A little bit of a tough shot. Fought for, saved right into Karen and laid it up and in. That's one of those, another cardinal sin. You don't save the ball out when you're on the hoop, because that's what will happen. It's a 5-on-4 and end up being an easy two, back to a 10-point game. Better off letting that ball go and having all five of your players available to play defense.
Yeah, and it just happened to land right in
Colin Karen's lap.
Yeah, it's Colin Karen's lap.
39-29. Minor picked up his dribble, finds Sear. Minor needs help, finds it in Lozier. Nice play is a dump pass, and they're going to start a traveling violation.
Nice backdoor cut that time.
That play's been there a couple times.
Yep.
The official had a better look at it than I did, but I didn't see the travel.
No, I didn't either, but
that's a long way from the other end from
right there.
We broadcast up here on the stage. Foster is going to try a three. No good. Rebound brought down by Minor, and then a reach-in foul is going to occur as Josh Foster. He's going to be whistled for the foul. That's going to be 5 team fouls now for each team, with 4:50 remaining here in the fourth quarter for Foster. His third personal. Kickball violation. Josh showing off some of those soccer skills. One of the higher scorers this season in Aroostook County on the boys' side. Scored a pile of goals.
And Hodgdon's back to that pressure that seems to work really well for them, and Madawaska turns over the ball again.
Sear threw it away, but he earns the ball back for his team with a steal. Lozier takes it, glides, just cannot get the shot to go. Rebound fought for. Boyer doing a nice job. Lozier is going to have an open look at three. Can't get it to fall. Rebound taken away by Jackman. Jackman on the left side, and a foul is going to be called. It's going to be, I believe, Minor on the reach-in, and it is. That's going to be 16 fouls on Madawaska, and now a timeout to be taken. 4:22 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's a 10-point lead for Madawaska, 39-29. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well and be back in a minute on WHOU.
White Smiles Family Dentistry realizes that life gets busy. We have locations in Presque Isle and Fort Fairfield to better accommodate your busy schedule. If you need to see a dentist but don't want to wait months for an appointment, then call White Smiles Family Dentistry. We are always accepting new patients and can accommodate you as quickly as possible. We offer the area's most complete dentistry, including implants, extractions, root canals, and implant-retained dentures, which saves you from trips downstate or transfers to another dental office. Don't wait months to see your dentist. Call White Smiles Family Dentistry today.
Be good for Nana, okay? I love you.
moment like this is decades in the making. The County Federal Credit Union, partnering with you to achieve financial success so you can enjoy the moments that matter. CountyFCU.org.
Welcome back here on WHOU. It's going to be Hodgdon's basketball here. They trail by 10. Inside they go to Josh Foster. He uses a pump fake to free himself up, and while he couldn't get the shot to fall, the ball's going to be touched last out of bounds off of Michael Hebert.
If I had to guess, I would say Coach Rossignol is probably trying to talk about his press breaker, how to break that Hodgdon press that they just put on in that timeout.
There's the 7th team foul on Madawaska. It's going to be a 1-and-1. I believe that's Hebert. It is.
Jackman's going to go to the line for the 1-and-1 or 2? I missed it.
Should be, well, they're going to give him 2 shots. 3:55 remaining here on the clock. Good opportunity for Hodgdon to get a little closer, and they will with that free throw. It was the Caribou boys picking up a win over Foxcroft Academy. As we can see, they had a 30-point lead with just about a minute or so left in that game. The second free throw was missed by Jackman, so Caribou wins both. Foster takes it, lays it up and in with the left hand, so he'll get 3 the old-fashioned way. 32-39. Miner's pass was tipped. Sear has it. Madawaska wants to slow things down as the clock is their friend at this point.
It certainly is. One of those keys we talked about at the beginning of the game.
Got to be close to a 5-second count as Sear has it, and Coach Rossignol wants to take a timeout. With 3:24 remaining here, he's not seeing some things he likes, so he wants to make sure his troops get some instructions. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back here on WHOU.
Nortrax is your John Deere construction and forestry equipment dealer for the entire state of Maine. Whether you're working hard in the woods or digging in the dirt, Nortrax has the new and used heavy equipment you need. Count on Nortrax for 24-hour parts and service support, plus around-the-clock machine monitoring with JD Link. Our service technicians, parts specialists, and product support technology reps are here to serve you. We stand ready as your John Deere construction and forestry equipment team in Maine.
Welcome back here on WHOU. Our board off Danielle Ross being funny on the back at the station. It's a 7-point lead here for Madawaska. They've got the basketball. What do you think Coach Rossignol is talking about in that timeout?
Well, I think taking care of the ball. I'm letting his players know that they do have the lead. They're up by 7 at this point. They don't need to rush any shots.
Unless you get a wide open look like that by Robbie Lozier on the post up.
Just take care of the ball. Don't rush anything. Maybe spread the floor a little bit if you're Madawaska.
It's kind of hard sometimes to turn it on and turn it off if you're used to pushing the pace, but situational basketball, once you get a lead, the clock's ticking down. No sense in pushing the pace too much as a foul will occur. Jackman had it in along the right block, and he couldn't get a shot to go, but he was fouled.
Hipsley managed to get a little pass underneath the defense there and find Jackman was open.
Lozier committed the foul. That's his second personal. 18 fouls on Madawaska. So, with 2:41 left on the clock, they've only got one more before it'll be double bonus, and 2 free throws coming on each foul. Jackman, though, could not convert the first of 2.
Foul line could come back to haunt Hodgdon a little bit here tonight.
Righty's free throw, no good, but Foster comes in and grabs the offensive board, and then it's going to be a foul on Madawaska. So the final 1-and-1 coming up here. It's been a couple different times. Madawaska has forgotten to box out. Hodgdon's crashed in. Carson Sear picked up the foul.
That's 2 on him.
Foster makes the free throw. It's now an 8-point lead for Madawaska, 41-33. Second free throw coming up for Foster. No good. Fought for again. The Hawks control the glass. Hipsley Puts it up from the outside, no good. Rebound brought away by Sear. Sear with nowhere to go. He's trapped in the worst place possible. It's going to be Jackman coming up with the steal. You got to know to not go there, and they come back the other way. Hipsley couldn't get the shot to go. Good block by Lozier. Otherwise, it would have been 2 points for Jackman. Hodgson's going to keep possession with 2:20 left on the clock. No, Sear's only a freshman. There's a couple spots on the floor against the press. You just can't take the ball.
Oliver with a big three there.
Falling asleep at the wheel on the other end. A layup is a good outlet. Nice pass from Carson Sear. He found Lozier.
Great job seeing the floor on that one. And that's not an easy pass to make. Almost full court pass there.
43-36. Foster buries a three. Consecutive threes here. And Coach Oliver wants... they didn't... I think that's going to be a warning, actually, I do believe, as they touched the ball after it went through. So the official will go up to the table, and that's a good call.
My one and only technical foul when I played high school basketball was for that exact reason.
I've heard them talk about you before. 43-39 is the score, 4-point game. In it comes, Lozier finds Minor. Madawaska still looking to push the tempo, not really sure why as they turn it over.
That pressure by Hodgdon every time works well.
Coach Rosignol put his hands on his head. He doesn't know why they're looking to push the tempo either, but a steal. Lozier. And again, you don't really need to attack the hoop, but he will. And they're going to give the ball back as it's missed. Karen has it. Coach Rosignol is
getting pretty animated over there.
He is. I want to make sure the official hears him as he is trying to explain to his troops, we got a lead. You can calm down. A minute 30 left. We're going to take a 30-second break and be right back here on WHOU.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Welcome back here on WHOU. A minute 30 left on the clock here in regulation. It's all of a sudden down to a 4-point game, 43-39, but the timeout called by Coach Rosignol as his team continues to look to try to push the tempo, and really they don't need to do so.
Yeah, Hodgson's done a great job chipping away at that Madawaska lead and got ourselves a ball game now, 4 points. The press that Hodgson's been using has really been doing well. Madawaska not necessarily taking care of the ball. Like you said, Coach Rosignol wanting that timeout.
Maybe these Madawaska kids too young to realize, but Coach Rosignol scored, as we've said, nearly 2,300 points in high school. So there wasn't too many shots he didn't like, and of course that's because he was good. But if he's telling you not to shoot, you should probably listen.
I think they're listening now. They look like they're spreading the floor a little bit here. Just kind of trying to waste some time here.
Ball's picked up in the hands of Lozier. You got to assume they're going to want to keep the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Yeah.
Got it down to a minute 5 seconds, so they're doing a better job here.
Hodgson's going to have to start thinking about fouling here.
The defender's not getting a 5 count either. Hebert has it in the high post, and a reach-in foul is going to occur. That's only foul number 6, though. Stopping the clock at 55 seconds. Hodgson's still going to have to commit another foul in order to send Madawaska to the free throw line for a 1-on-1.
That was the first foul for Walker Oliver.
Yeah, also have the ball along the baseline. It comes into Minor. And they're going to reach in and call the foul against Lozier as Foster will commit the foul. Actually, probably a smart play. As you saw on that technical foul early in the first half, Coach Rosignol elected to go with Minor to shoot the free throws. So they waited till Minor gave up the ball, and it didn't take long.
Yep, that's true.
I do expect Lozier probably to be a pretty good free throw shooter, but so he makes that one. Makes him what now? 3 of 5 on the day?
He is 3 of 5, yep. 4 for 6.
Now, it's a 6-point game, 45-39. Hodgson's going to have to score in a hurry. The ball is tipped away from behind. Ball's loose. Foster bats it out, and as Jackman picks it up, Coach Oliver calls a timeout. There's 41 seconds now left on the clock. It's 45-39, a 6-point game. Have not indicated yet, and now they're saying it's going to be a full timeout. For us, we're just going to take a 30-second break because we don't want to miss any of the action, and we'll be right back here after a 30-second break on WHOU.
Hi from Jeans, where you'll find better TV and more ways to enjoy it. Get 190 channels for $59.99 a month with Dish. Plus, get a free voice remote on us. And remember, we're also trained Nest Pros and deliver white glove service for all kinds of smart home solutions, like the Google Nest Learning Thermostat or the Google Nest Cam Outdoor, which lets you look after your home from anywhere so you can travel worry-free. So come and visit our newest location on Stillwater in Bangor, or visit us online to find a local store near you.
And welcome back here to the Hawks Nest, where it's a 6-point game with 41 seconds left. Madawaska leads 45-39, but Hodgson's going to have the basketball. Erica, what are they going to look to do? Do you take a three, or do you take a quick two if you get
There's
it?
still lots of time left, really. I don't know. I wouldn't mind having the ball in the hands of Walker Oliver, I guess. And if he can get I would maybe look for some ball screens for Walker here. Get him an open three.
Instead, it comes in to Jackman as he gets in the lane, and he's going to take steps.
It's probably not how Coach Oliver had expected it to go, but that happens.
Ball's going to be out along the sideline for Madawaska.
Again,
crank up the pressure.
Yep.
This time, Minor's able to break that pressure. And now Madawaska will slow it down, as they should. Going to be Carson Sear to Minor.
Yep.
Back out to Lozier. And there'll be a foul, sending Lozier to the line for a 1-on-1 opportunity. The foul will go against Hipsley. That's going to be his third personal. 22 seconds left on the clock.
Can hear Coach Rosignol over there yelling at his team. Good decision.
Yeah, he's happy with it. Took 3 timeouts, but he finally got what he wanted. And now a timeout will be taken by the Hodgdon side.
Lozier was pretty... Oh, sorry.
No, we're going to keep it right here with only 22 seconds left on the clock.
Lozier was pretty quiet in the first half, only had 4 points, but he's got a total of 15 now. With that foul shot, that gave him 10 for this half. So he's really kind of opened up offensively.
Another free throw coming his way.
Yep. I think Hodgdon did switch out of the box and won. Maybe that's what's opened him up a little bit more, but definitely a good shooter.
And the issue is, you kind of have to pick your poison, as Madawaska was doing a decent job at finding the other open players.
Yep, that's true. Yep.
The two teams come out of the timeout here.
And Hodgdon's done a great job offensively as well. Walker Oliver has 9 this half. And at one point, Madawaska was up by 15.
They were. Lozier buries a pair. So it's 47-39. It's an 8-point lead. We'll go ahead and allow you to make your way down on the court, as that shot's going to be left short, and the official's asking whether or not it was tipped. It was not. So the ball's going to come up here on the stage. Madawaska will have the basketball. 15.3 seconds on the clock. Ball comes in, Lozier, and he's going to be fouled. So we'll see Robbie Lozier once again go to the line. Once again, as he's done the last couple trips, Coach Rosignol electing to keep everybody back as to avoid any violations or fouls that would allow for a 1-on-1 on the other end. Free throw is going to be missed by Lozier. And a shot's going to be up and in here for Hodgdon. That's going to be a 3. It's going to get him just a little bit closer, 47-42. And now a timeout is going to be taken on the floor, but only 5.5 seconds left. So we'll go ahead and keep things right here. As Coach Oliver using his team's, I believe, their final timeout by our record keeping. 47-42. So really, if you're Hodgdon, you got to hope for a steal immediately. and take, I guess, whatever shot comes first. Madawaska's already come out of their huddle. But then if you're Coach Roskindal's club, even if Hodgdon scores, if they're out of timeouts, you can just stand out of bounds and let the clock roll to end the contest. We'll see what happens here. Minor gets it in to Lozier. Yeah, that's a good play. You can run the baseline. So it's going to be a foul occur, and they'll have a free throw coming up as Lozier. Some folks in the gym here may be a little bit upset. But you can do a double pass. You got to remember that was off a made hoop, that timeout, so you can run the baseline. And what they did, Madawaska passed it from the inbounder to somebody else who was standing out of bounds. And then they got the ball inbounds. That's just a smart play. Not really sure what some of the complaints are here. Lozier, with 2.7 seconds left on the clock, is standing at the free throw line. He's got 2 free throws coming his way. He leaves the first free throw short. Second free throw coming up for Robbie Lozier. He makes the second. Ball comes in, Lozier has it, and that is going to conclude things. The final score, 48-42. It was Madawaska pulling out a 6-point victory over the Hodgdon Hawks. We will take a 1-minute break, and when we bring it back, we will have the Pat's Pizza post-game show coming up. Erica will have a guest. Back in a minute on WHOU.
We all know that fresh new paint can quickly transform the look and feel of your home. Our trained staff can help you select the best paint and color for your mood and budget with our new Color Journeys color matching system. Best look paint and primer in one. It's easier than ever to do it yourself, and it means less time and money spent on the project. Make your personal color statement and go where the builders go for quality do-it-best paint at the best price. The S.W. Collins Company in Caribou, Presque Isle, Holton, Lincoln, and Fort Kent.
Want that special item for this year's high school basketball season to show your team support? Cushman & Sons, locally owned and operated in Presque Isle, has team sportswear and will do custom embroidery, screen printing, logo design, digital and printing, as well as banners, decals, and other vinyl works. Cushman & Sons also can design trophies, awards, and add specialty items. Cushman & Sons, 764-3833 or CushmanandSonsInc.com. And don't forget to visit and like their Facebook page. If you can think it, Cushman & Sons will say, yeah, we can do that.
Welcome back here on WHOU. Final score, 48-42. Madawaska with the 6-point win over the Hodgdon Hawks. Erica's down courtside where she's got the Pat's Pizza post-game guest. Erica, we'll turn it over to you.
I'm here with Robbie Lozier. He's my Pat's Pizza post-game guest. Great game, Robbie. You ended up with 17 points, I think. I might have missed a few at the very end there. But in the first half, you only had 4 points, I think. Hodgdon played some really great defense in the first half on you. Want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it was a poor shooting night, but they're on me hard, and I'm just thankful that my teammates were able to create and get open looks and knock them down when it counted.
Yeah, and because your teammates got some open looks, they kind of switched up their defense at halftime, which allowed for you to be a little bit more open in the second half. And I had a great second half, and really, I think it was 15 points in the second half, so that's a great half of basketball. We were talking about you at the beginning of the game. You can get really hot really fast. 39 this year against, what team was it?
Washburn, yeah, and 37 against Van Buren.
Nice. So what's your record for per game points? 39?
I don't remember. I think it's 39, but I'm just thankful that my teammates are able to create for me and get me open looks.
That's great. I said like a true team player, right? You don't want to take all the credit. So you guys had a great look tonight. Tomorrow night, you turn around and go back to
Madawaska.
Yeah,
against Wisdom.
Against Wisdom.
Yeah.
Have you played Wisdom yet?
Yeah, we have. It was a 3-point win. It was a close game. They played hard, and hopefully we can get another one tomorrow.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
Great game.
Thank you.
Here's your free pizza.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. It's a good game for Robbie and his team, and he finishes the evening with 18 points with a made free throw at the very end, and that gives them 48-42 victory here over the Hodgdon Hawks. And we'll just real briefly, while Erica's making her way back up, cover what we've got coming up here on WHOU. Today up in Caribou, 2 wins for the Caribou Vikings. The Lady Vikings win over the Foxcroft Ponies, as do the boys. So that Caribou team rebounds after their first loss of the season down to Herman over the weekend, and Caribou ends up picking up both wins there. Tomorrow on WHOU, MDI at the Ellsworth Boys. That coverage will begin at 6:45 as tip-off is at 7 p.m. Should be a pretty darn good game down there in Ellsworth. On Wednesday, we have 3 games coming your way. Katahdin at the Southern Aroostook Boys. That game at 6:30. Rob and I will have the action on that one. Old Town at the Herman Girls, a huge game in Class B Girls. I'm sure lots of folks will be interested in that game. And Holton and Caribou Boys at 7 p.m. So 3 pretty decent games to pick from on Wednesday night. And lastly, as we will have games Thursday, Friday, we'll talk about those more later in the week. Right now we want to encourage you to go ahead and sign up for the subscription on WHOU.live. The reason you want to do that, not only is the postseason basketball coming up, and we'll tell you when you get to the semifinals and the regional finals, you're going to want to watch. The only place you can find those games in the entire country is going to be on WHOU.live. You can do that for the cheap price of $10 a month or $70 for the entire year. That not only gets you those basketball games in 2 sets in Portland, so at the Expo and the Civic Center, as well as in Augusta, and then the games at the Cross Center in Bangor. The other thing that it does is it allows you to watch the MPA cheering regionals, which are going to take place in Augusta and Bangor this coming weekend. We will be bringing you those, but it is not free like everything else that we do all season long, so you're going to have a subscription, WHOU.live. After that, we'll be, I believe, covering the state championship cheering as well. So you're going to want to tune in and buy that subscription. And the only way to do it, go to WHOU.live to sign up for a very cheap price. Erica, why don't you go ahead and run down through the scoring?
Okay, for the Hodgdon Hawks, Tristan Jackman had 3 points. We had Josh Foster with 13, Seth Tapley with 2, Colin Caron with 4, Damian Sanders with 2. Walker Oliver had a big second half for his total of 15. And Hodgdon with a total of 42 for the game. And for Madawaska boys, we had Roderick Miner with 8. And Michael Hebert with 2. Riley Morneau with 6. Carson Sear with 7. Ian Bollier with 7. And my post-game guest, Robbie Loescher. Why don't I keep forgetting how to say the kid's name? He had a big 18 points, and like I said, he had 4 at halftime, so we had 14 in the second half for their total of 48.
Definitely made an adjustment in the second half, and whatever they did worked. As Madawaska picks up the win, they advance their record now to 500. They're at 7-7, and picked up some heel points here. We'll see if it's enough to bump them up into playoff positions. They were 1 position out heading into this contest. For Madawaska, or for Hodgdon rather, they dropped to 3-10 on the season. Their next game is coming up on Tuesday. They'll be hosting Fort Fairfield right here at the Hawks Nest. That game at 7 o'clock. And we've said it a couple times for Madawaska. They're going to turn around and play tomorrow night after the long bus ride home. They're going to be hosting Wisdom at 7 p.m. For us, that's going to wrap things up not only on the Pat's Pizza postgame show, but for our entire broadcast this afternoon. It was a victory for the Hodgdon girls in game number 1, 62-18. And in the second game, it was Madawaska picking up a 48-42 victory. On behalf of our entire crew, Lori Susi working the camera today, Daniel Ross back at the station running the board, Marco Almonte, who's doing production, and Erica Tweedy making her debut here on the radio. I am Tim Tweedy. Tune in again tomorrow night here on WHOU. You can catch the MDI Ellsworth boys, or for us on the radio, we'll be back on Wednesday when we're going to have Katahdin at the Southern Aroostook boys. Thank you and good night, everyone.